So, let's talk about something that can be, well, a little tricky. Have you ever stopped and wondered, am I being genuinely kind right now, or am I just trying to be agreeable? It's a question a lot of us ask ourselves in quiet moments. We all want to be good people, right? But sometimes being good feels like it costs us a little too much. Today, we're going to dig into that super fine line between real kindness and people pleasing.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Picture a time you went way out of your way for someone. You said yes when every part of you was screaming no, and then later, you just felt totally wiped out, exhausted. Or maybe, if you're being really honest, a little bit resentful. If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, so to really get a handle on that drained, resentful feeling, we have to understand something huge. On the surface, being kind and people pleasing can look like identical twins. But where they come from, the why behind the action, they are from two totally different universes. So let's pull back the curtain and break it down.
All right, this right here, this is the absolute heart of it. Genuine kindness that comes from a place where you feel full. You have enough energy, enough security, and you choose to share it. It actually fills you up. But people pleasing, well, that's a reaction. It's driven by fear of conflict, fear of being rejected, fear of letting someone down. It's not really a choice at all, is it? It's a survival strategy. And man, that strategy is draining.
So, how can you tell which one is driving the bus for you most of the time? You know what? Let's do a quick little quiz. And hey, this is just for you. No grades, no judgment, just an honest moment to check in with yourself. Sound good? Okay, question number 1. Think about the last time you had to say no to someone. What happened inside? Did you feel this just overwhelming wave of guilt, like you just committed a major crime, even though all you were doing was protecting your own time and energy? All right, next up, the sorry reflex. How many times a day does that word just pop out of your mouth? Are you saying sorry when someone else bumps into you? Or for just, I don't know, having an opinion that's different? Oh yeah, that is a big, big clue. And for our last question, this one's a biggie. Do you find yourself swallowing your own needs? I'm talking about the small stuff, like what you want for dinner, or the really big stuff, like what you need from a friendship, all just to keep the peace, just to avoid even the possibility of a conflict? If you found yourself saying yes to one or maybe all of those, well, first of all, welcome to the club. A lot of us are in it. But the most important thing is to understand why. This isn't just about being too nice. No, there's some deep psychology going on here. Often, this whole pattern is rooted in something called the fawn response. Now, we've all heard of fight or fright, right? Well, think of fawning as another option on the menu. Instead of fighting a threat or running from it, you try to appease it. You make yourself helpful, agreeable, anything to calm the situation down. It's an incredibly smart survival tactic, and it's often learned way back in childhood as a way to stay safe. And listen, I really, really need you to hear this. If this pattern is resonating with you, please know, this is not a character flaw. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means your nervous system came up with a brilliant strategy to protect you when you needed it. It's a sign of your resilience. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? That brilliant survival strategy comes with a price, a big one. It leads directly to that bone-deep burnout we talked about. It builds up that quiet resentment that just eats away at you and your relationships. And over time, you can start to forget who you even are behind the mask. And the real irony, it actually makes it harder to form those deep, genuine connections we all want because people can't connect with a performance. So, where do we go from here? What's the fix? Well, the answer is not to become unkind or selfish. Not at all. It's about learning to be kind to others and to yourself. It's all about finding the path back to the real you. I love this quote. It just hits the nail on the head. True kindness is not a performance. It is a genuine expression from a place of security, not a plea for acceptance. Wow, right? It's not something you do to get applause or approval. It's something that just naturally overflows when you feel secure and whole in yourself. So let's be super clear about this. The journey away from people-pleasing is not a journey away from kindness. It is a journey toward authenticity. It's about making sure your yes is a true, wholehearted yes, which automatically gives your no integrity and power. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. What if instead of focusing so much on how to say no, we just reframe the whole thing? What if you start to pay attention to what an authentic, enthusiastic yes actually feels like in your body? When you can really lock onto that feeling, you'll find everything else starts to get so much clearer. Thanks for digging into this with me.
Subscribe now.